What's up, y'all? Welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 franchise rebuild with the Detroit Lions. And we have got the Indianapolis Colts up next. We got the big win against Chicago to stay in the mix for the playoffs. And we are moving on to Indy to play Peyton Manning and those Colts. But before we do, we have to take a look at our injuries. We are 1 week away from getting our backup center, Doyle Wood, back, but Charles Rogers, Alvin Fowler, and Sean Rogers are still on the bench with their injuries. And all that said, we're going to go and check out the Colts' key players. Of course, we've got Peyton Manning now in his 9th season, still a 97 overall, 2,600 yards on the year, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. Right behind him is James Mungro having a nice season, 765 yards, 4 total touchdowns, and he's got a bunch of receptions to his name, as any Colts halfback would. Tom Lipinski is a 92 overall in the fullback position. Not that strong of a blocker, but he is dangerous out of that secondary backfield position. And of course, you got Marvin Harrison in his 11th year out of Syracuse, a 97 overall as well. Just 470 yards so far on the year with 3 touchdowns, but that's because you've got Reggie Wayne on the other side of the ball as well. 38 receptions, 602 yards, and 6 touchdowns for the 86 overall. In the tackle position, we've got Tariq Glenn in his 10th season out of California. Really strong blocker. Their backside on the quarterback will be protected. And then on the other end of the ball, of course, we have one Dwight Freeney, also out of Syracuse in his 5th season, 61 tackles, 7.5 sacks on the year so far. And you've got Mike Vanderjagt, their 94 overall kicker, who's having himself a pretty good year in his 9th season in the league. So if you guessed it, their offense is much better than their defense, but their defense isn't so bad either. They are an 87 overall to our 86. So we're going to see if we can keep our winning ways going ahead of us. And if you believe we've got this win in the bag, make sure you're smashed up on the sub button. Leaving a like or a comment on the video always helps us out as well. And without further ado, let's throw it down to Chris Berman in the studio. Boomer, take it away.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. Welcome to Week 14 of the NFL on ESPN. It's the first week of December, which means the teams that are running hot this season really need to make sure their pipes don't freeze up down here at the home stretch. We've got an intriguing matchup on tap for you. Lions, Colts, now!
Hi there, everybody. I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to the RCA Dome. My colleague here in the commentary booth is Peter O'Keefe. Peter, both of these teams have a solid tackler on defense who does an excellent job pursuing the ball.
No doubt about that, Dan. These guys do an outstanding job of reading the offense and ripping it to shreds. Boss Bailey is a very accomplished outside linebacker. You know, for a big man, he's got impressive agility, and that enables him to shake blockers and get after the ball in a hurry. On the other side of the ball, we've got another top performer. Gary Brackett is a very accomplished outside linebacker. This guy is totally focused.
This pass will fall harmlessly to the ground, and it's incomplete. Manning rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's intercepted. Tackled at the 40.
Well, it's all about getting in position to make the grab, and watch here. Oh, that's perfect position.
Boy, that was a heads-up play. Foster will get the carry on first down and rambles for about 5. Peter, unfortunately, we've had some players banged up so far.
Unfortunately so.
Dallas gets the sack way back at the 40. Williams grabs the bullet, and they get the first on 3rd and long. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Foster picks up about 2, and that brings up 2nd down. 87 makes the nice catch and picks up 4 on the play. Eventually slides down at the 10. That will bring up first down. Webster brings down the lob left side, and he's in for the score.
Drew Brees launches this one perfectly, and the D was nowhere to be found.
You got that right. Missed coverage all around.
That's right, Dan.
Now the point after, and it's good. Munro will take the handoff and heads left. Stopped at the 25. No dice, and it falls incomplete. Manning puts his arm into this one, and it's complete at the 41. Eventually tackled at the 46. First down. Manning made a throw that was off target there. Incomplete. Manning uncorks this to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Harrison pushes the heater left sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Manning just rifles this one, and it's not reeled in. Incomplete. Olin sacks him back at the 33. Manning fires this one over the middle, and it's off. Incomplete.
It's a crucial down, Dan. And when you don't convert, it really hurts.
Vanderjagt boots it from 50 yards out, and it's up through the goal post. Good. Washington has his number called on first down and chews up about 4 on the play. Foster picks up a yard on the play, and that brings up 3rd down. This one will fall incomplete. It'll be 4th down. They'll start at their 47-yard line. Munro catches it in the flat, and that's a gain of 7 on the play. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Munro will get the carry on 2nd down and heads out right. Stop at the 38. It will be first down. Holt makes a play on this one and forces the incompletion. Pearson makes a play on this and forces the incompletion. 4th down coming up. 4th down, and the field goal unit is on the field. Vanderjagt boots it from 50 yards out and just makes it inside the left upright. Foster takes it for his 5th carry and heads upfield. Brought down at the 24. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Lions with a small lead, 7-6. Holly tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. Bell sacks him way back at the 19. That will bring up 4th down. They have another opportunity here as they start off at the 44-yard line. Manning throws a heater right sideline, and it's caught at the 31. And he's stopped right there. 1st down. Holt makes a play on this and forces the incompletion. Monroe has his number called on 2nd down and heads wide right. Eventually shoved out at the 15. It will be 1st down. Wayne makes the catch on the right sideline, and that will be a gain of 3 yards. Takes it across the line of scrimmage and picks up a couple. Wayne bobbles and drops it incomplete. That will bring up 4th down. Vanderjagt from 27 yards out, and they take the lead. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
You bet.
As they start at their own 20-yard line. Finally stopped at the 32. That will bring up 1st down. Barry gets the sack at the 29. Breeze throws a bullet to the flat, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Green gets the sack way back at the 21. 4th down coming up. The Colts will start a drive with the lead for the first time in this game. They'll begin at their 47-yard line. Monroe gets the handoff, runs into traffic, dragged down at the 49. Manning throws a beauty to the right side, and the catch is made well past the markers for a 1st down. Bailey gets the sack at the 39. Manning sings it to the right side, and it's caught for a gain of 10 on the play. Buchanan makes the catch out to the left, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Monroe gets the call on 1st down and gets past the line. 2nd down, and this is the 7th play of the drive. Monroe gets the call again and will gain close to 6.
Well, I bet we see the pass here, right to his go-to receiver.
Monroe carries it for a 3rd time in a row and gets in for the score.
This is a nice run here, and when you watch the replay, Dan, check out his field vision. Great job.
Here's the extra point, and it's good. Breeze pops this one out to the left, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete. Williams catches this one and is well past the markers for a 1st down. Breeze rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's caught at the 31. And he's stopped right there. It will be the Lions take their first. Catches it in the flat and picks up maybe a yard. The Lions will take a timeout. Breeze throws a bullet to the flat, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete. Williams grabs the fastball over the middle, and they get the Lions take a timeout. That's their final one. Breeze passes a high, long one, and the catch is made well past the marker.
Got good running potential out here, Dan. Let's see how they use their backs.
Williams makes the catch. Touchdown!
Roy Williams had 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
That's his first touchdown. Here's the point after, and it's good. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Colts with a small lead, 16-14. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN Halftime Report. I'm Chris Berman. A look inside the numbers from our first half and look at the discrepancy in sacks thus far. The Colts should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. And as far as my halftime hero, well, there's really no contest. Drew Brees has played like a man possessed. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Thanks, Chris. Brees passes this one, and this one is incomplete. Foster takes it off the toss and runs into traffic. Tackled at the 26. Brees throws a heater, and it's caught at the 33. Brought down hard at the 40. That will bring up first down. Foster cruises out to the left side and gains about 3 yards. Brees really rifles this pass, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Richie snags the dart right sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Foster takes it for his 8th carry and will lose about a yard here. The ball's loose. The Colts have it.
Bell delivers a punishing blow to the ball carrier there. And he gives up the football for the fumble. Great hard-nosed defensive play.
Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete for a gain of 3 yards. Farmer tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Manning unloads the center flat. He connects at the 18, hunted down at the 13. Pulls in a lob here, and he will be well short of the markers. It'll be 4th down. We'll see if they can keep momentum throughout this one, which starts at their own 11-yard line. They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete. Creamy sacks him back at the 7. That's a tough catch, and they get the first. Foster carries it for the 9th time and moves forward for 7. Foster gets the ball on 2nd down and pays the price for the first down. Breeze throws this one right sideline, and it's complete at the 44. Finally dropped at the 40. First down. Richards makes the catch on the right sideline, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Breeze throws it to the left sideline, and it's intercepted.
Great drive. That's why you think twice before throwing a pass in his neighborhood. Watch. Great presence of mind to try for the football there.
The Colts get their offense on the field and will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Mungro takes the handoff and heads out right. Manning throws a beauty to the right side, and the catch is made well past the markers for a first down. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Colts with a small lead. Mungro has his number called on first down and will lose about a yard here. Wayne goes in motion. Manning makes the throw after the play-action fake, and it's caught at the 49. Chased down at the 49. First down. Harrison grabs the rope right side and is well past the markers for a first down. Manning rifles it out left side, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Holt tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Manning throws a bullet here, and it's not reeled in. Incomplete.
Big deal for that situation.
And it will bring up 4th down. Vanderjagt boots it from 50 yards out and has it sailed just left of the upright. Bell sacks him way back at the 35.
Bell forced the offense back a few yards with a terrific sack in the backfield back there.
That's his 3rd sack on the day. Falls in the pass and is well past the markers for a first down. Takes it for his 11th carry and heads left. Tackled hard at the 31. Foster carries this one off to the right, and Foster carries it for the 3rd time in a row and heads wide left. Stopped at the 29. Breeze unloads this one to the left, and it falls incomplete. Dallas hammers the receiver and forces him to drop the ball. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Hansen boots it from 46 yards out, and they take the lead. Manning zips it to the left sideline, and it's complete at the 45. Chased down at the 50. It will be first down. And he stopped right there. That will bring up first down. No good. Incomplete. Manning puts this on a rope, and it's complete at the 23. Tackled, and the clock will continue to run. The Lions take their first. Vanderjagt kicks from 38 yards out, and they take the lead. Gets the sack, and the clock continues to run. Williams catches it left sideline, and he's looking for room. Eventually pushed out of bounds at the 44. It will be first down. Breeze throws it out left side, and the catch is made for the first. The Lions will take a touch. Bly makes a play on this one and forces the incompletion. Breeze throws a bullet, and the ball is caught. The Lions take a timeout. That's their final one. Foster gains 5 on the Colts take their first timeout. Foster gets the call on second down and picks up a couple. Hansen kicks it from 35 yards, and they take the lead. The Lions come out on top 20-19. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Lions stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Drew Brees is standing by with our Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You played brilliantly. And you nosed them out in this nail-biter game. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
I have to give a lot of credit to our offensive line. Those guys often get overlooked, and they bring in every single game. I think that their hustle was a big part of us coming out on top.
Back to you, Chris.
I'm Chris Berman, and that concludes our broadcast of the NFL on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Take care. We'll see you next time.
And with a last-second field goal going between the uprights, the Detroit Lions walk away from Indianapolis with a huge victory in no short part than with Drew Brees behind center throwing for 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. We did an awesome job against Peyton Manning, not getting him into the end zone at all. And we had a decent day on the ground. Not the best day on the ground, but a decent day on the ground. 46 yards for us, 39 yards for them, so holding James Mungro in check. And of course, in check to the point where he got a touchdown, but it was enough to keep us in the W column. Looking at the leading receivers for the day, 103 yards for Marvin Harrison, 101 yards for Roy Williams, Drew Brees' favorite target, as he usually is. Brett Richards, Webster, and Battle all getting into the stat sheet as well. And it was Roy Williams and Webster who found the end zone for the Detroit Lions. And looking at the defensive side of the ball, we don't usually lead in the tackle game, and today is no different. Doss was the leading tackler on the day, 6 tackles, 2 assists, and 1 sack for the safety. Doss was one of the best players overall for the Colts. Looking at assists, Sam Hamilton gets in there with 4 tackles and 3 assists total to his name. Terrence Holt also holding it down in the secondary in that strong safety position. Bell was ringing our bell up and down the field, and he was on Damian Woody, so we had our better guard on him, but he was just getting sack after sack, and we could not stop him if our lives depended on it. Terrence Holt was the high pass deflector in the backfield. We challenged Dre Bly as much as possible. He only made it really count once. He did get an interception. That one very nice pick by Dre in the end zone. And Sam Hamilton was able to take one away from Peyton Manning, and almost like one of the first plays of the game. So a win is a win. We get that win 20-19 on the expiring seconds with a field goal. And next time we're going to be back against the Houston Texans at home, welcoming Joey Harrington back to Detroit for the first time since we traded him. So looking at the rest of the results for Week 14, Kansas City, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Green Bay, and Houston, the team we're playing next week, all getting wins in their Week 14 matchup. Going down the list ourselves, Detroit going 8-4-1 with our win over Indy, Chicago, Buffalo, Baltimore, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh all getting victories. Pittsburgh moving to 10-3 in the year, one of the best teams in the AFC. And then finally down the rest of the list, we've got the Giants, Philly, New Orleans, and Seattle all getting victories in their respective games. So we're slowly but surely getting to a place where we know what teams are going to be in the playoffs as we take a look at our players of the week. You can see Bell in there getting 4 sacks and a nod for player of the week, but we will check out what that means for us in the next episode. Next time we'll be back against Joey Harrington and the Houston Texans. And if you haven't done so already and you've gotten this far, make sure that you are smashed up on that sub button, leaving a like and a comment, and is always appreciated. And for Peanuts 24/7, we'll see you on the next one.